Hi, I'm Dr. Doug. I'm a wellness coach. Today we're going to talk about the 5 reasons for eating, one of my favorite subjects. Let's begin. We have hunger, of course, curiosity, intellectual justifications, physical symptoms, and uncomfortable emotions. So we will address each one separately. The first two, hunger and curiosity, are actually natural and healthy. The last three are unnatural and unhealthy. Now, let's keep in mind that 1 out of 5 Americans is lean, which means 4 out of 5 have eating problems. They are dangerously fat. And eating, reasons for eating, bogus reasons, that's why they're overweight. So, hunger is an empty feeling in the stomach area that motivates and even forces animals and humans to go out into the wilderness and forage and hunt for food. In other words, it's an alarm bell that says we are low on reserve food. In other words, fat cells. We're lean and we need to go to work to get food. That's hunger. 4 out of 5 Americans never feel hunger, even though they have an appetite, the desire for food. Oh yeah, they got an appetite, they eat. But they don't have that physical feeling because they're not lean enough to have that feeling. Curiosity. Well, let's say you're walking through the forest with your foraging hunting band 50,000 years ago and you see some berries over there. Well, you want to know, are those good to eat or are those not good to eat? Well, let's go over and test them. Let's try them out. So you take a bite and, ooh, they're sweet. Oh, these are good. Yeah, well, let's collect a bunch and take them back to the village and we'll share them for our potluck tonight. Or you taste those red berries and they're, ew, bitter. Ugh. These are poison or medicine. We can use them for medicine perhaps, but we're not going to eat these. That's curiosity. That's the purpose of curiosity. Someone comes into your office with brownies. "Ah, I got some brownies. Hey, anybody want some?" And you say to yourself, well, I'm not really hungry, but I'd like to try them and see if they're delicious. Yeah. So you take a brownie and you eat it and it's yum, 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 yum. Hey, that was pretty good. Do you want any more? No, I'm not hungry, but thank you. That's a natural, healthy reason. You're not going to get fat by eating one brownie, are you? No. Those are the natural reasons. Those are the healthy reasons for eating, and there's only 2 of them. Here are all the other reasons, the unhealthy reasons, intellectual justifications. This is fueled by the advertising propaganda that we get bombarded with day after day, 24/7, by the food industry and the diet industry and the nutrition industry. They're constantly telling us to eat. You have to eat because what breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Well, you have to eat 3 meals a day. You have to eat a balanced meal. You have to eat this. You have to eat that. You have to eat good foods. You have to not eat bad foods, but be sure to eat the good foods that we tell you about. In fact, you need an advanced degree in nutritional science in order to successfully nourish your body. This is for Americans, right? This is what Americans believe. Nobody else does that. Nobody else believes that. Nobody else in the world talks about carbs and omega-3 and vitamins and minerals and are you sure you're getting enough protein? This is how Americans think, and we've been trained to think like this since the early part of the 1900s. Like 1900, people were talking about food fads and food scares. Here's an interesting book I'm going to show you up here called Fear of Food, a history of why we worry about what we eat. And it goes all the way back to the late 1800s when Americans fell in love with science. And anything that scientists said was the Lord's truth. And then, of course, they contradicted themselves, 2 years later. In my own lifetime, I've seen it over and over again. There was a time when eggs were bad. Oh, you can't eat eggs. Now, of course, oh, you need to eat one egg a day. Yes, it's good for you. Well, they're telling you to eat. They're not telling you to eat less, which is the real answer here. So, the less you know about nutritional science, the healthier you will be mentally and physically. Yeah. I discounted all those judgments and opinions about food. I got rid of them in the early 90s, and I'm so grateful. I just feel free of all that. Second reason, physical symptoms. People use food to suppress physical symptoms, like a burning stomach or acid reflux is very common. Acid reflux. Use food, which is very heavy. It pushes that heat down. Oh, well, that must be hunger. No, that's not hunger. And the problem is you're not getting that addressed properly. It will come back because the body doesn't want food. The body isn't hungry. The body does not want food. And so that all that food goes down there. It becomes what we call food stagnation, develops heat, problems, rebellious chi comes right back up, and they suppress it again with food. See, it's a vicious loop. Same thing with a nervous stomach. With a nervous stomach, you tighten, so you take a break. Well, anybody can take a break for food. After all, we're always starving, right? You have to have food. So that's a good excuse to take a break. Well, taking a break calms the stomach. See? Calm the stomach. Just by taking a break calms the stomach. Oh, well, I was hungry because I feel better now. And then there's the hunger headache. There's no such thing as a hunger headache. Hunger empowers you to go out in the wilderness and work. How can you work with a headache? Oh, you're shaky, you're tired. Well, what does tired say? You got to rest. You don't need to eat, you need to rest. That food doesn't get absorbed right away. It takes an hour or two to get absorbed. It doesn't go directly into your bloodstream. Right? What would an animal do if an animal was tired? Would it go out and eat and work for food? Would a lion kill a zebra if a lion was tired? No, the lion would rest. Right? So there's all these physical symptoms that need to be addressed properly and not with food. Okay. The fifth reason, uncomfortable emotions. Mad, glad, sad, scared, bored. These are all messages, information from the body giving us hints as to what we might consider doing, the proper course of action. If you're scared, you need safety. If you're angry, you need to defend yourself. If you're sad, you need to let go of loss. If you're bored, you need to find something to do. Well, people eat. In America, people eat when they're uncomfortable emotionally, which of course is not natural, not healthy. One more reason why 4 out of 5 Americans are dangerously overweight. So I hope this helps. As a wellness coach, of course, my job is to help you eliminate these unhealthy reasons, which are just habits. They're just habits, right? And habits can be changed. To eliminate them and replace them with healthier habits, and to start you on the under-eating process, the process of getting lean in a natural way, eating less food, and how to do it. So go to my website, link is down below, and let me know what you think. Send me an email. Let's talk.